When the rest of us are fighting for clean air and canned beans, the world's richest will be sipping vintage wine 200 feet below the Earth. In the shadow of rising AI, nuclear tension, and climate collapse, a new form of luxury has emerged. Not yachts, not private islands, but bunkers. Massive underground fortresses, hidden vaults of steel and concrete, places built not for comfort, but for continuation. And make no mistake, when the alarms go off, these 10 bunkers will decide who lives like gods beneath the ashes, and who's left outside the gates. Kicking off our list at number 10, we head deep beneath the quiet cornfields of Indiana, where silence hides one of the world's most exclusive survival sanctuaries. This is Vivos Indiana, a Cold War missile silo reborn as a luxury hotel for the apocalypse. Each unit carries a price tag of roughly $3 million, about the same as a Beverly Hills condo. The difference? Your homeowners association here includes a decontamination chamber. Picture this not as a dusty bunker, but as armored luxury at its finest. Think blast-rated corridors lined with steel, hydroponic gardens producing fresh greens, a private movie theater, sports court, gym, pet kennels, and even a microbrewery. Because apparently, the end of the world still calls for craft IPA. The entire complex was engineered to survive a 20-megaton nuclear blast, with independent air and water systems and enough provisions to sustain life off-grid for an entire year. And when residents need to stretch their legs, there are ATVs and bicycles ready for those endless underground hallways. This isn't just safety, it's civilization, privatized. Here's the twist. While chaos rages above, life underground carries on almost normally. Residents can sip a pint, walk their dogs, and enjoy movie night like it's any ordinary Saturday. And the most surreal part? From the surface, it's all just farmland. No fences, no guards, no warning signs, just one discreet door, deciding who gets in and who's left outside. Taking the 9th spot, we head into the windswept plains of South Dakota, where a hidden neighborhood stretches beneath the dirt, invisible to any map. This is Vivos xPoint, a vast underground colony of 575 steel-sealed bunkers, lined up like dominoes in the dust. Each one can be yours for just $45,000, the lowest entry price for apocalypse living you'll ever find. That's less than a brand new Tesla. Yet this purchase could be the difference between survival and extinction. Every bunker here is a reinforced concrete cocoon, 26 feet wide, up to 80 feet long, and buried deep in solid granite. Owners can customize their shelters with solar power, filtered air, full kitchens, private gyms, and even cocktail bars, because apparently, even at the end of the world, happy hour is non-negotiable. The resident roster reportedly includes former CEOs, crypto millionaires, and ex-military elites. Picture suburban comfort blended with fallout shelter grit. Together, these 575 domes form the largest private bunker community on Earth, an entire underground suburb built to outlast civilization itself. Here's the kicker. The entire grid runs offline and off-grid, its own power, water, and communication lines. If society collapses, xPoint basically becomes a new micronation, quiet, self-sustained, and sealed off from chaos. From above, it's just empty desert. But underneath, it's 575 doors to the end. Securing the 8th position, we move to South Carolina, where survival meets space-age luxury. This is the DBX Doomsday Bunker, a $10 million underground fortress crafted by Oppidum Studio, the same architectural team designing habitats for Mars. While most people would run for the hills, a select few plan to ride out the apocalypse surrounded by marble walls and designer lighting. This isn't your grandfather's storm shelter. This is Armageddon, reimagined through architecture. Spread across 12,000 square feet and 5 subterranean levels, the DBX is less a bunker and more a 5-star underground estate. It boasts a hydroponic farm, a full luxury spa wrapped in marble, and a garage built for 2 Teslas. One of them, naturally, a Cybertruck. The structure is reinforced with bomb-resistant steel and concrete, complete with airlocks, decontamination chambers, and panic rooms secured by biometric access. At its heart lies a glowing central garden atrium, bathed in artificial sunlight. Proof that even underground, design still matters. This isn't mere survival, it's curated endurance. Here's the wild part, the billionaire behind it. Totally anonymous. Rumor has it, a wealthy Silicon Valley family quietly commissioned the project in the wake of the pandemic. There are no nameplates, no address, and no trace of its true occupants. The only thing confirmed is a single design principle engraved into its plan. If the world ends, make sure the lighting still looks perfect. Holding steady at number 7, we're heading to the rolling hills of Rothenstein, Germany, where luxury and survival merge in a way the world has never seen. Welcome to Vivos Europa One, the so-called 5-star fortress. While 5-star hotels shut down when disaster strikes, this place opens its doors. Built deep inside a former Cold War munitions complex, each suite here costs around $5 million. A price tag that makes the Ritz-Carlton look like a roadside inn. This is what happens when the ultra-rich stop booking hotel rooms and start buying lifeboats. The scale is staggering. Over 5 kilometers of tunnels, 76 acres of secure underground territory, and 2,500 square-foot private family suites carved directly into solid limestone. Inside, you'll find a private hospital, power plant, restaurant, chapel, and even a wine cellar, for what they charmingly call spiritual recovery. Every suite is custom-built to its owner's taste, from marble floors and gold accents to wall-sized infinity screens that simulate outdoor views. Forget survival gear. This is survival couture. And with billionaires from both Europe and the US already rumored to have claimed their spots, it's less of a bunker and more of an exclusive underground country club. Here's the kicker. The entire complex can operate completely off-grid for decades. Power, food, water, even artificial daylight are all internally generated. In the event of catastrophe, the structure can seal itself airtight in seconds. And perhaps the most chilling touch? Their official slogan isn't "Stay safe," it's "Stay human." A noble sentiment until you realize that at $5 million a suite, they might be among the few who actually can. Taking the 6th spot, we're heading straight to the heart of Kansas, where survival meets serious real estate. This is the Survival Condo, a Cold War missile silo transformed into a vertical fortress for the ultra-rich. 15 stories underground, 0 windows, and one goal: to survive in style. Apartments here range from $1.5 to $4.5 million, and every single one is sold out. That's not just wealth. That's what you call foresight money. Originally an Atlas I CBM silo, the Survival Condo is essentially an inverted skyscraper buried deep beneath the Great Plains. Residents live across 15 fortified floors, complete with virtual windows, biometric security, an indoor pool, movie theater, grocery store, dog park, and even an aquaponic farm producing fresh fish and vegetables. The power runs on its own independent grid, the air is fully purified, and the internet delivered via private satellite link. This isn't a bunker, it's a self-sustaining civilization. with a gym membership. And here's the twist. Its creator, Larry Hall, calls it a luxury cruise ship parked underground. But think about it. When the world's falling apart and your neighbor's grilling salmon on floor 7 while you're streaming Netflix on floor 12, the real luxury isn't marble countertops or designer fixtures. It's the comforting illusion that, somehow, life never stopped. Holding the 5th spot is a man who helped connect 500 million people online. And now, he's preparing for the moment when the world disconnects for good. Reid Hoffman, the billionaire co-founder of LinkedIn, has already secured his personal offline plan. Worth about $2.5 billion, Hoffman didn't just build networks, he bought one, tucked away in the serene, remote hills of New Zealand. Fittingly enough, the man who invented connections now owns one of the most exclusive disconnections on Earth. Hoffman's rumored estate lies miles from civilization, a sprawling compound surrounded by dense forest, rolling farmland, and absolute silence. No skyscrapers, no politics, just self-sufficiency. The property reportedly features solar energy fields, private water systems, and even its own runway for rapid getaways from Silicon Valley's chaos. Among the tech elite, this kind of refuge has a name: Apocalypse Insurance. And it's not just a fringe trend. More than half of America's top tech billionaires are said to have bought land here. That's not paranoia. That's venture survival. Here's where it gets wild. In tech circles, saying, "I bought a place in New Zealand," isn't small talk. It's code. Translation: when the world burns, I know where I'm going. And Hoffman himself admits it. Because when you're worth billions, survival isn't about hope anymore. It's about access. Coming in at number 4 is the man who helped create PayPal, backed Facebook, and quietly turned Silicon Valley into his own empire. Peter Thiel, with an estimated net worth of $9 billion, isn't just investing in the future, he's buying it outright. But his biggest bet isn't in California's tech corridor. It's buried deep in a remote paradise, 8,000 miles away in New Zealand. Back in 2011, Thiel made a move few saw coming. He purchased 193 hectares of untouched land near Lake Wanaka. That's nearly 480 acres of isolation, peace, and total control. Then, he took it one step further, securing New Zealand citizenship and calling the country a nuclear-free utopia. His rumored estate is said to include private helicopter access, hidden bunkers, and even a network of retreats reserved for his inner circle of Silicon Valley elites. To Thiel, this isn't paranoia, it's strategy. While others build apps for survival, he's been busy building exits. Here's the kicker. Thiel's citizenship was reportedly granted in near secrecy, sidestepping the usual immigration process entirely. And his property? Still invisible on public maps. It's the ultimate billionaire flex, disappearing offline before anyone else can. Because when the grid finally goes dark, Thiel won't be logging off. He'll already be home. Taking the 3rd spot, we're heading to the lush island of Kauai, Hawaii, where the founder of Facebook, now Meta, is preparing for something far more tangible than the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg, with a fortune north of $165 billion, has built not just a dream home, but a survival fortress disguised as paradise. While most imagine Hawaiian estates as oceanfront escapes, Zuckerberg's version is pure doomsday architecture: privacy, power, and protection above all else. His massive estate, known as KOʻOLAU Ranch, stretches across 1,400 acres of pristine rainforest and farmland. But beneath those postcard-perfect views lies something far more secretive. A 5,000-square-foot underground bunker, sealed by concrete-reinforced steel doors and connected through tunnels to 2 private mansions. The construction reportedly cost around $270 million, complete with solar power grids, stocked food reserves, and a private water system built for long-term off-grid survival. This isn't a tropical getaway. It's a self-sustaining civilization in beta mode. Here's the twist. When pressed about the bunker, Zuckerberg casually called it just a basement. Sure, a basement with its own escape hatch, independent power supply, and airtight blast protection. For the man who connected 3 billion people online, it seems the ultimate plan isn't about likes, shares, or followers. It's about being perfectly prepared to live without them. Claiming the second spot is a man who wields enormous power and even greater paranoia. Vladimir Putin, with an estimated fortune of $70 billion, doesn't just rule over Russia, he hides beneath it. Towering over the Black Sea, his infamous GELENDZHIK palace, reportedly worth $1 billion, stands as both a monument to excess and a fortress built for survival. It's not merely a residence, it's a throne buried in concrete. Investigations by Russian dissidents have revealed what lies beneath this gilded palace. 2 parallel tunnels running nearly 200 feet underground, each outfitted with airlocks, generators, and secret escape routes that lead directly to the sea. Beneath the marble halls and golden ceilings sits a 6,500 square foot blast-proof bunker, protected by 15-inch thick concrete walls, independent air filtration, and freshwater reserves. Above ground, it's all opulence and chandeliers. Below ground, it's insurance against coups, wars, or the collapse of his own empire. This isn't a home, it's a state within a palace. Here's the kicker. The entire compound is engineered to operate even if the Kremlin goes dark. It's a palace built for one man, yet a bunker designed for one mission: to outlast everyone else. Because when absolute power collides with absolute fear, the safest throne is the one buried underground. Topping our list at number 1 is a masterpiece of survival and secrecy. If the world ended tomorrow, most of us would be scrambling for flashlights. But one man, he'd step into 30,000 square meters of gold-lit perfection. Welcome to the Oppidum, the largest private bunker ever built, rumored to be worth more than $300 million. This isn't just a shelter, it's a kingdom buried alive. Hidden beneath the hills near Prague, the Oppidum began as a Cold War nuclear fortress, but has since been reborn as the ultimate billionaire sanctuary. Inside lies a world where military engineering meets absolute luxury. A private helipad, a full golf course, a spa, cinema, library, wine cellar, and lush indoor gardens, all safely tucked behind concrete walls thicker than any bank vault. Every chamber is illuminated by simulated daylight, ensuring its residents never feel the weight of the apocalypse above. There's room for family, staff, and guests, with each suite designed like a 5-star hotel. Except this one can withstand a direct nuclear blast. This isn't wealth for comfort. It's wealth built to outlast civilization. And here's where it turns chilling. The Oppidum was commissioned by a single anonymous client. No name, no records, no photos, only whispers of a man who designed paradise underground while the world above grows louder, hotter, and more unstable. When the sirens finally scream, he won't flee. He'll simply descend into the only luxury hotel on Earth that never checks out. Maybe these bunkers are more than just shelters. Maybe they're symbols of genius, of foresight, and of power. Or perhaps they stand as monuments to something darker: fear and inequality. While most of humanity looks upward, dreaming of the stars, of discovery, and of new beginnings, the world's wealthiest are digging downward. Not to explore the unknown, but to escape it. So, when that next siren echoes across the sky, who will descend into paradise below? And who will be left standing outside, staring at the locked steel door? If this glimpse into the hidden world of the super-rich intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more stories that reveal what power really looks like when the lights go out.